Hi there.
Hi,
So thank you for taking the time to participate in my interview. To start off, what's your name?
my name is Michael Sanchez.
Cool. And what activities do you participate in?
I do both mariachi and folklorico here at the U of A.
Awesome. And can you please tell me what years you have been active?
I've been playing mariachi since I was in fifth grade, and I'm a junior now. And folklorico I just started this past year.
Cool. Okay. To move on to the questions. So, how has being a part of mariachi and folklorico changed how you see yourself?
I think it's changed by making me realize how much how actually extroverted I am, and how much how social and everything, and how it's not it kind of just kind of brought me out of my shell, I guess you could say. Basically just doing that because you're always interacting with people and different things and going all these different places and all of that.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of remember that from middle school. I didn't get to do much of it in high school or
uh,
now, but like in middle school, we were all very outgoing with one another, and like getting to know everyone in the community was really cool. Talking to everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely a really rewarding part of it and everything.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay. Second question. Do you feel more connected to your culture through this program? If so, how?
Yes, because I other than this, it's I don't do much that's considered, I guess, Mexican or anything like that. So it's kind of it's just through that way, and also I learned a lot of Spanish through that way because I'm still not fluent in Spanish, but I've learned a lot from playing it for so long
Hmm.
and having to memorize a lot and having to understand what words mean and all of that.
Yeah, that is true. Also like having to memorize specifically lyrics, especially singing out loud in a group or singing by yourself, that was like hard. And when you heard other people singing, like I didn't understand a thing they were saying, but once you were kind of put in that position to start learning all the lyrics and then going up there and singing by yourself, like I totally feel that cuz I did learn a lot of Spanish from my mariachi days. So yeah, totally
Yeah,
agree with you there.
yeah, it was definitely it definitely you learn a lot because a lot of it is acting, and so you have to show off and everything, and so a lot of that comes with the language and everything, and
Yes.
understanding what you're saying to try to act out whatever it is that you're saying.
Oh, that's another cool aspect. Yeah, because there's a lot of not that I don't see it in mariachi, but I think I see it more in folklorico because I feel like it's a bit more practice, but also like in mariachi too, like the gritos and everything that you have to do, and like kind of that in your movement that you have to put
Yeah.
in when you're performing. Like I didn't think about that. Um, yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay, question three. How do you think this program will influence your future, whether in school, career, or life?
I think it will just impact my future because all the connections I've made in it, and then just because you do meet a lot of powerful people and everything through it, but then also it's kind of it's a really good way for me to build up not only my communication and my networking skills, but also to kind of build it's almost you could still do it as a side career even once you actually have your actual full career. But I think through my position, because I hold a leadership position with the mariachi, that it's kind of through that also it kind of is helps with me not only be able to showcase my leadership skills, but be able to kind of refine them in a way that you don't get in a lot of different ways, especially in college.
Yeah, that is really true. That is such a I'm very inspired because I've known a few people who have had taken like leadership positions in the high school and stuff like that, but doing it in college is such like a big step for some people because one, you're getting to know all sorts of different people from different areas and things like that. So yeah, that's definitely where the networking comes in. Yeah, I think that the networking thing is like as well, just like in general, since we've been younger and more for you because you started like way younger than I did. I'm sure you've known tons of people. I think you probably I can name you different people that I grew up playing with, and you'll just be like, yeah, 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 I know them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've met powerful people. I remember playing for Raul Grijalva, and then I played. That's how I became friends with Adelita Grijalva.
Oh,
And so
wow.
it's like meeting them and meeting like the mayor, and then meeting. I remember going to like Phoenix and playing with my other group, playing in Chase Field for their Hispanic Heritage Night. Just like
Wow.
all those kind of different things where it's like you meet like actual like celebrities or whatever. So
Yeah. That is so cool. Oh my god, I'm like starstruck right now, knowing that. Very cool. Okay. Question 4: has your instructor or mentor inspired you in other parts of your life?
yes, because like my at least my instructor now for mariachi, he's Beto Rangel, but he's also the principal at UHS. So he is, so he is so it's just kind of like being able to like juggle that plus coming here because like he literally comes straight from work here to play to help us, and then like kind of just doing that, and then also just that whole entire thing. It kind of like allows, I guess, me to like see how you can like balance kind of everything and all of that, like work life balance almost basically.
Cool, yeah. Is there anything like maybe from a past instructor that you've kind of.
From my past instructors, it wasn't an instructor per se, but it was kind of like the girl that taught me how to play like my instrument. Because I didn't really know how to play my instrument until I got to like being a freshman in high school. But it was kind of like that whole thing of like, because the group I was in, no one believed in me at all. Like absolutely no one. Like they were ready to kick me out, and like the girl that came in and essentially replaced me instead chose to teach me. So then I learned, and like and then because I had only taught myself pretty much up to that point, and I learned from that like how to like pick people. So when I eventually formed my own group, I picked a lot of people from high schools that didn't have a mariachi or had never played mariachi before, and it became like super good. And even when I got to the U of A and I joined Mariachi Arizona, I did the same thing, and like it, like overnight, like the group finally like activated, I guess, because it was like I brought in all those people that no one else wanted to give a chance to, or no one else thought of giving a chance to, because that's just how I was raised. So I was kind of like, okay, like I'm gonna do the same thing here, and it's gonna work.
Yeah. No, that's like really good. I'm glad that that's kind of like spreading. You're kind of like spreading the love around. Yeah. No, because for real, it's like really hard learning how to play these instruments. Like first of all, like I would have been like we would have known each other a little bit longer if I had stayed in mariachi when I was in elementary because I started there and I started with the violin and the teachers were a little difficult to work with. So like yeah, they didn't really want to teach probably like a 5, 6 year old how to play. So like once I got into middle school and like I'm a little more kind of competent I guess and like able to understand. I mean I ended up switching instruments but like yeah, having my instructor there, Rudy, being like there and like he was like very attentive to me and like he saw like a good potential in me and like invited me to come do his classes like in the actual like school year because I started like in the summer before middle school. So yeah, always having those instructors there like to actually believe in you and put their time and like energy into you. That's like I feel like that was such like a special feeling for me.
Yeah, it definitely is like it's a good feeling because like since then, like I've taught two kids guitarron from like the ground up, and like one of them is the guitarron player at Choya now, and he like made honor. He's made TUSD honors mariachi every year he's played, and then the other kid goes to Tucson High, and I taught him, and so it's kind of like, and neither one of them had ever touched the guitarron before I got to them, so it's kind of like I just always I kept the mindset of like you can do it, like you can like even though if you're not like musically like inclined or it wasn't like your first choice, like you can still do it and it's not like a thing. So like that's how I always like viewed it. So when I built groups and everything, I built it with that same mindset. So when you look at my groups, like their backgrounds are not in mariachi. Most of them, it's like orchestra or band or like some other like random group that I just found them in, and I was like, okay, come join us. And that's pretty much how I've always been.
Oh, that's so sentimental. I love that. I love that. Oh, okay. Moving on to the next question. What do you love about the music and I guess dance or either or, whichever?
I guess what I've always liked about the music is honestly just like the playing part of it, of like being able to like play because I play guitar on, so I hardly ever get a spotlight, which is like fine with me. But it's like I always like enjoyed playing and then seeing like everyone like cheer, everyone like have fun or whatever. Like I was the reason that a lot of because no other guitarón player besides Tucson Highs when I was in high school danced, and so I then the girl that taught me, I I was really bad at picking up like a rhythm, but I knew how to dance, and she knew that, so she's like, just dance it. And so I learned how to dance all the rhythms. So I would just dance, and then consequently, everyone started following me because everyone in the audience thought that was like rehearsed or that was like a move, and I was like, it's not a move, but you can use it. And
Yeah.
so I think just like doing things like that and like having fun, but then also like being able to like be with it because like when you're in a group and you perform like a lot, especially like those people kind of become like your best friends, and so it's like always being with them and like doing all these random things and stuff with them. Like it's just a lot of fun and everything, and I think like those memories like kind of just stick with you even like after you're gone.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the same for how Fakorico is too, because it's kind of like the same deal in there, but it's just like it's just again it's just like having like fun and stuff like even in the times where it's not like you're out in public or you're performing in front of people basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I had like a thought on that when you were talking about specifically like incorporating both in mariachi, specifically for mariachi when you know, because I know one of the things that a lot of different groups or ensembles do is like, they try to get the crowd involved in stuff like the clapping or like the dancing. Like that is so special, like intertwining kind of both things.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool experience. I feel like uh seeing other sorry, seeing groups do that with the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's like really fun because even like I remember when I was like I think I was like a senior in high school, and we played a performance for Mother's Day, and I was like dancing because we played Yakisita I don't know how many times because like they wanted it, and I was like okay, and then like they saw I was dancing, so then like they made me go out there and I had to dance with all the moms while playing still, and so I'm like it's just kind of like the things like that where you're like interactive and stuff and everything, and it's like you just look like you're enjoying it because I've always like believed like if you look like you're enjoying it, then you're probably gonna play better than if you look like you just don't want to be there.
That is so true, honestly. That is very true. There's like in middle school, especially because we weren't kind of dwindled down, there was like a lot of us in that group, and you can kind of tell that there were some kids who were like, oh, well, my mom wanted me to come, my dad wanted me to come and perform. But I feel like the kids who kind of did get a little more like into it, like we all had fun. Like I made so many good friends, and like we all have like our camaraderies and with one another and stuff. Yeah, that helps create like a good bond with everyone too. Like, is it that you're actually there to enjoy what you're doing? And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's definitely like a big part of it and everything, and it just overall just makes like the presentation of all of it better.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, and for my final question, what's your favorite memory or moment from being in the program, or either or?
Um, well first for like for Corico, probably my favorite moment was probably when we performed at like the heck was it called? It was this one like Chicano vibes I think festival or something like that, and just like playing at that because it was like we did like I think like four different sets throughout the entire day, and so it's like you kind of just spent like the whole day there and stuff, and you got like food and everything, and you were just hang out and stuff in between. And I just remember that was like a really fun performance. And then for mariachi, that's like hard because there's like so many because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, for sure, I
But
get you.
probably I have to say like my best memory was probably when I the first time I performed at conference when I was a freshman and I played for the showcase because I had never played guitarón by myself in front of like people, and then the
Oh,
girl that taught me was always playing with me, but she was singing that day for the showcase like part. So this is the part we're graded on basically, and so then like we like I just remember going and I went up there and I had completely forgotten she was gonna sing, and then like she walked up there and then they're like, okay, it's you. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I like got to switch to the actual bass mic, and I remember I played it like perfectly, and then after that, then they trusted me by myself. So that was like like, oh, okay, it finally like worked. Like,
Yeah, for sure. That is honestly a good, like a very special moment. I hope we keep that forever too, because like that's at that point you're like, yeah, I've got this.
yeah.
I have all the confidence now. Like I can do this. Um, yeah, I don't think like I had per se a moment like that to do like a solo type of thing, but I remember when maybe it was my last year in middle school when I was doing mariachi, and I remember like because we had a lot of kids in our group, our instructor would pull like the ones who have kind of practiced a little bit more and who can like better lead. Um, like he would pull us to the front for that, and like when he pulled me, like for the first time, that was horrifying. Like sincerely horrifying. And then it happened to me again in not middle school, sorry, high school, my freshman year. A friend of mine, we both were like the ones with the most experience. We were in the beginners class, and when he like directly put the mics on us too, that was even scarier than the middle school one because it was a smaller group and everyone was looking towards us to like lead. So like while it's like for me at least a special moment, I just remember it being so terrifying. But I'm glad it's been like that was like a great moment for you though. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's so cool. Well, that is all that I got for you. Thank you for participating in my interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.